You guys catch that? If this goes below 60 or if I look like I'm about to pass out, you guys need to put that mask on me fast. And all it took was about 60 seconds before I was sucking down some of those sweet O's. On days when I have to get up early, I have to sleep separately. I have to sleep in the guest bedroom here. It's exciting today because we're gonna do something really fun. So the really fun thing we're gonna do today is hypoxia training. I have to get up a little bit early on a Sunday here. Everyone's asleep, including Crystal and Puppy Dog. You still wanna sleep, don't you? Good morning. Good morning. Windshield's frozen over. Oh, look at the cool pattern that it's leaving on my... Oh yeah, that was easy. I'd recently gotten an email from Women in Aviation, who, by the way, embrace all people. You don't have to be a woman to be a member or to help enhance their cause. So I got that email, and what happens is the FAA have this chamber. It's made of glass, and they've toured around the country trying to teach pilots, before it ever happens to them, the dangers of having a lack of oxygen to the brain when traveling at high altitudes. That's also known as hypoxia. We're here. This is a really beautiful place. It's right along the runway with 35 right for Centennial Airport. Big fences and security and all, but it's beautiful out here. Come on, let's go. There's the poster. Prote, like I said, protege. Alright, so like I said, this was an event sponsored by Women in Aviation. They have this little fundraiser, so I'm going to pick up a couple of these up for my nieces, Milana and Maya. This all went really fast. First, the instructor got us to check in. Then he gave us this clipboard. It has all these puzzles on it, and we had to write down our baseline. We used this little thing. It's called a pulse oximeter. It tells us what our oxygen saturation is in percentages, and it also gives us our heart rate. We're supposed to write both of them down onto this piece of paper. And when we go into the chamber, we're going to be trying to solve some of these puzzles as they slowly start draining oxygen out of the tank. Hold on a second. I'm about to get real aviation techno nerd kind of. If you aren't interested in hearing about oxygen saturation and how the box works, just fast forward to this time code right here. So kind of, scrub over with the little fast forward to that, and that's the point where I get high. Right here, he's explaining how this is an altitude chamber.
You were actually about 28,000 feet.
This chamber is sealed, but they don't actually suck out all the air. They just replace the oxygen with some nitrogen, making you feel like you're at high altitude.
So we're talking low-grade hypoxia, below 12,000 feet. Anybody ever put a mask on while flying at nighttime? You see a lot better, right? Even in the day. Even in the day.
By the way, I want you guys to pay attention to this guy. I'm going to get back to him later. His name's James O'Connor. They had room for about 5 of us in there, and one additional person who was a safety monitor from the FAA. He kept his oxygen mask on the entire time for safety. Now, we were supposed to put the oxygen masks on ourselves if at any point we checked off 3 of the symptoms right here. The entire simulation was only supposed to take 5 minutes. Every minute we were supposed to write down our oxygen saturation and our pulse. And we were also supposed to check off any symptoms that we had. Remember, once we hit 3 symptoms, we had to put the oxygen mask ourselves. Here's what happened for me. Yep, I lasted a minute. 1 whole minute. While I waited there with some oxygen on my face, the demonstration went on for another 4 minutes. Slowly, one by one, we put our masks back on, and in some cases, the instructor helped us put our masks back on, like right here. I giggled away as everybody else started to solve all those puzzles that the instructors were asking them to solve. I actually never even got around to solving a single one. Until finally, one of the 5 were left without wearing their oxygen mask, James. He only had 1 symptom. So the instructor decided to take him to a new level and ask him a few trick questions just to see how aware he really was.
How many's in a dozen?
Are we sure you would have gotten that right anyway?
I asked you how many 4-cent stamps in a dozen. You said 24. Should be 3.
It does. Well, it does.
Right. Then I asked you how many apples is that, and you said 12.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
This guy was messing with you really bad. Yeah, it was awesome.
So clearly those trick questions really didn't do a very good job of assessing whether or not James would have been hypoxic. But the takeaway here, everybody's symptoms of hypoxia is different. And this chamber helped us all determine what our symptoms are.
Oh, hi.
But that left me with one nagging question. Why were James and I's symptoms so different? How come he could last 5 minutes while I lasted 60 seconds?
Probably live at 6,400 feet for the last 2 years and spent a lot of time on airplanes. And airplanes are pressurized 6,000 to 8,000 feet, right?
Right, so you're regularly...
And I just came back from London 2 days ago on a 787, humidification,
And there was one more thing I wanted to show you guys in this vlog, but I can't. Let me tell you why. It was a really good interview with the president of the Mile High chapter, the Denver area, of the Women in Aviation International Club. I don't know why. No idea why. It's gone. I have like all these file numbers and they're in the right order. 2 or 3 files missing. I don't know if they didn't copy over and I just messed up. I didn't lasso it all when I backed up my files originally. I'm really sorry, Trimby. She has some really important things to say that really added to this vlog. When I have another chance, I'm gonna get her on the vlog and we'll get a little bit of an interview with her. Sorry, Trimby. I have to admit, that's a really good experience. My symptoms were a little bit goofier. I'm clearly a giggler when it comes to hypoxia. So big shout out though, Women in Aviation, thank you. Off we go, got some work to do. Right on, I'm back at work. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, Brosnan and Oliver. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Just push the little red subscribe button right there. If you are a subscriber already, please give me the thumbs up button. I really want to try to get this down to like every 8 days or so. Don't hold me to it, I'm working on it. And finally, please let your friends know about the vlog. They just gotta go to Hey Cameraman and we'll have some fun. Bye.
Yeah, we're not used to going down this thing. Downhill on a lift is something you guys, maybe you should try once in life and not again. Just look far off.